I see a lot of people who are very excited to make Hajj this year. I'm a Murida, but I cannot say that I have the desire to attend Hajj. Is that a very low or no sign of faith? I have heard that those who do have been called to it. Is that so?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You have to understand why you are not excited for the Hajj. If you're not excited for the Hajj and you're more excited to go to a vacation, then there is something wrong with you. Then change. If you're not excited to go to the Hajj because you feel that you are not ready, and the Hajj, it is the final test. If you fail that test, there's no other test for you to take. If you feel that you're not ready for it, therefore you're not excited to go, that is something else. It's pretty good. Everyone has been called to go to the Hajj. Don't think people who are going to the Hajj, they're very special. Those who are not going to the Hajj, they're not special. Because everyone has been called to go to the Hajj. Everyone. Not Muslims. The whole of mankind until Judgment Day has been called to go to the Kaaba, to go to the Hajj. Because when that original Kaaba came, what is it called? Baitul Ma'mur. From paradise it came. Mankind, up till the time of Nuh alayhi salam, they were going to the Kaaba and they were making the tawaf. Because that has our DNA also, pulling people. Mecca was called Bakka in the Gospels. And from the time of Nuh alayhi salam, because mankind refused to turn themselves to Allah, to clean themselves, so that flood came to clean. And when that flood came to clean, the Baitul Ma'mur lifted, Allah lifted to the paradises, and it disappeared. That location is still there. It wasn't until whose time? Ibrahim alayhi salam's time, that he rebuilt the Kaaba. And after Ibrahim alayhi salam has rebuilt the Kaaba, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to him, what? Now call. Call the azan and call. That's why we're saying we're the millet of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Call them to come. There is no exception. It's not only call the Jews. It's not only call the Christians or the Muslims. Everyone. Until Judgment Day, call them to come to my house. And from that time, from Ibrahim alayhi salam's time until now, the Muslims are the only one who are following that call. So everyone has been called. It's nothing really special to say. Meaning everyone has that responsibility. Meaning it is in our pillar of faith to perform the Hajj. So many people, only if I can afford it. If I cannot afford it, then I don't have to. What is that meaning, afford? What? Afford means you can afford $10,000. If you cannot afford $10,000 to sit in an air-conditioned tent, to have a buffet, to eat 5-star hotels, that means you cannot afford. That means you don't have to go. In the old days, people were taking years walking to the Kaaba. They left everything. And still the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, there's one riwayat. There was one man. He was a shoemaker. He was sitting and he was making shoes. And he was a beloved one to Allah, living a simple, clean life, not looking around, not putting fuel to his desire, so that even when he has small desire, it becomes bigger and bigger, the way that we train our children to have more and more desire for this world. He was fixing, and he was saving a few cents every day. His intention is to go to the Hajj. After 40 years, he saved enough money, he was going to go. But his neighbor, he found out his neighbor was poor and they were starving. And they were about to get kicked out from their house. He was ready to go to the Hajj. He packed up everything, he sold everything, he was ready to go. He got to know about his neighbor. You see, people in those old days, they have modesty. They have modesty. What they're going to say, he's saying, what am I going to answer? They don't know maybe too much, they're not reading too much, they definitely don't go on Google and YouTube to get their knowledge. All mixed up and confused. They're very simple. But he's saying, I'm going to the Hajj, but my neighbor is starving. If Allah asks me, how you can go to the Hajj? Well, your neighbor is starving. What am I going to say? That's enough. That is modesty. With that, your faith is high. With that modesty, when your faith is high, your intelligence is very high, because now you're looking everywhere. You're considering everything. You're not being selfish. He took all his money and he gave it to his neighbor. 40 years he was saving. One night, there was one sahib of that area, one saint that was in charge of that area. He had a dream. And in that dream, he saw two angels who was responsible for writing down the names of those ones who go to the Hajj and writing down the names of those ones whose Hajj is accepted by Allah. Because just to go doesn't mean that it's accepted. Like the Turks, they say, a donkey that circles around the tawaf, around the Kaaba 7 times, he's not a Hajj. There are two angels that is guarding the masjid. And they record the names of who enter first. Not just for Jummah, for every day. You think there's no angels guarding the Dergah to see who enter first, who enter second, who enter last, who by force they are entering. We know in Shariat, if you enter first to the Jummah prayer, it is as if you have slaughtered one camel and you feed it to the poor. It's a huge, big deal. And when the Khatib, when the Imam enters, the angels close their books. Even if you enter, you're not written. You're not in that list. The angels close their books and they sit down to listen to the khutbah. The angels have more manners than the murids. What about the Hajj? Angels are not recording it. And this saint was listening to the conversation of these two angels. One angel was asking the other angel, how many people attended the Hajj? One angel, the other angel replied, let's say, he said, because it was that time, he said, 70,000 people, let's say. And he said, write down 70,000 people. Then they asked, and how many people their Hajj has been accepted? The angel answered, none. Except for that one, a shoemaker. And now the angels, they are confused. But he didn't go to the Hajj. His Hajj is accepted. This was when everyone was a Muslim. There is no internet, there is no television, there was Khilafat. Imagine now. Oh, but everyone thinks they're a high level. Like when we entered the tariqat, you think you're high level. Everyone thinks, of course he's going to accept. But if you move with the fear of Allah, your intelligence is going to increase. If you move with the fear of this dunya, your intelligence will fall. When you move with the fear of Allah, you will always win. So that one is accepted. And he was a shoemaker. But because his longing was there, his intention was there, but he's understanding what the Hajj it is meaning also. Hajj is meaning what? Qurban. Whole Hajj, you do everything. Tawaf, you are, do the sa'i, running between Safa and Marwa, you do everything. You go to Mina, you go to Arafat. You don't cut. Is it acceptable? Oh, now even the Hajj, it rests on what? Sacrifice, Qurban. So, where is our Qurban? Where is the Qurban of those who are going to the Hajj? Not Qurban, it's vacation, it's resort. What Qurban? Yeah. What Qurban? People are saying, we're making Qurban. They say, yeah, really? Dergah is making Qurban? Yeah, okay. I want to send over there. It's cheaper. I say, by all means. Yeah. You're making Qurban? Yeah. Do they have goat? No, we have sheep. It's okay. I'm going somewhere to get goat because I like goat. I want to eat because whole year I never eat goat. Allah, Allah. One time a year where I make Qurban for myself to eat the goat. So I have to have goat. Say, by all means, go to Goatistan. Get your goats much as you want. For us here, we are saying, you are cutting Qurban? Yes. We're going to take your Qurban, we're going to cut it in Myanmar. You have any problems with that? You want to eat your Qurban? Yes. No problem. We'll cut one. Take it. Take everything. Take the stomach, take the tail, take the fur, take even the droppings. Take. We've done that before. Don't laugh. We've done that before. Right? Oh, he's sleeping. Correct or not, Mustafa? Good. Many times. We're saying, you have a problem, we're going to send it to Cambodia, or we're going to send it to India, or to China, to those people. They eat meat, maybe one in every 70 days. They said, no, of course not, take. Then it brings back the story of Habil and Qabil. That Habil says, take all my sheep for the Qurban to our Lord. The angel says, no, we cannot take all your sheep. Must take only one. Then he chose the best one to give. And Qabil is saying, my Lord wants sacrifice. I work so hard. Where my Lord is working, I'm working. I'm planting, I'm putting a... He wants, okay, well, what my Lord has to do with this is not me need of eat or drink. So whatever that is on the floor, I gather and say, okay, here, take this. This is my Qurban. Where is our Qurban? Oh, that means we still fall in love with the dunya. We're still in love with the dunya. We're still not waking up. Wake up. Alhamdulillah, Allah is giving us the opportunity to help people. What a big mercy. Allah is giving us the opportunity to help people. What kind of animal we must be that we cannot help other people? Even now, if we can go to the Kaaba, even if you are going to go to Miraj, but you're not helping your neighbor. What kind of faith we have? What kind of face we're going to give in front of our Prophet? Alayhi salatu wassalam. We should understand. You like, you do. You don't like, don't do. There's no forcing. It is my responsibility to remind everyone. I'm not going to say both are equal. No. One is better, one is not good. I'm going to say, I cannot put authority on you. I cannot force you. I never did. So, everyone has been called to make that Qurban. We must understand what that Qurban is and to get ready before the days of Qurban, at least in our hearts to say, Ya Rabbi, I give up from these things. That time we can change. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.